Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Samantha the Introvert. Today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 2 of The Boy Next World. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're back to where Sirus was in the hospital and he sees his friend. And he keeps only asking for Pugan, but his friend doesn't know who Pugan is. Then the friend thinks something is seriously wrong with Sirius and tells him that he will go to the doctor. Sirius uses this and left the bed. When Sirius looked at himself in the mirror, he looked stunned. But that's when Sirius got dressed and left the hospital to look for Pugin. During this time, you get to hear Pugin narrating his part of the story and seeing Sirius at his door. I mean, you would be weirded out too, seeing someone claiming to be your boyfriend from another world, right? So anyways, we see Pugin dreaming about Sirius and how Sirius telling Pugin that he wants to pursue Pugin romantically. Just like clockwork, as soon as Pugin leaves his room, he sees a bag of snacks. Now at school, Pugin is telling his friends that he finds it very hard to know why Sirius would want to be close to him, and his friend says Sirius may like Pugin, but Pugin doesn't believe such popular guy would want to like him because he feels he is the least attractive person in the friend group. Just then, he got a call from Sirius. All Sirius wanted to say is that he misses Pugin. That's it. I want to know how the hell he got Pugin's phone number. Hear me out. I got a long theory. Here's what I think about Sirius, and you probably see this all over social media, but I feel like Sirius is faking his claim as someone from another world. I also feel like Sirius is stalking Pugin because if you remember in episode 1, we saw that he got hurt, and I don't know if by fighting someone from getting in the car or what, but the car he was in front of belonged to Pugin, and I may think that Sirius did something to the car, but we don't know what because he had like a tool or something. Then he was at the bus stop and he saw Pugin ran past him. Literally, he saw him and he didn't even move until Pugin leave with the car. Now he did something to the car. We don't know what he did, but I can't explain how I know. But I know, and he knows more about Pugin, but we don't know how. I'm just saying he stalked the guy. Anyways, Sirius is in class and he is remembering his days in high school and saw a cup on a string hanging and he put it to his ears and he heard someone on the other end. Then we see these two friends of Sirius in class all wet from the rain. Sirius got up and leave, but when his friend asked him where he's going, he said that he's going to get an umbrella for Pugin because he knows that Pugin always forgets to bring an umbrella and plus his class is almost over. Pugin's class, not his, Pugin's class. And sure enough, Sirius was right. Pugin didn't bring his umbrella. Homeboy brought the umbrella and still got soaked. How does that math work? Every time Sirius shows up in front of Pugin, it is very strange to Pugin, and Pugin never acts because slowly and surely Pugin is starting to believe in the story of Sirius from another world. They reached Pugin's place, and Sirius said he can prove to Pugin that he knows about Pugin by unlocking Pugin's door with the code. And sure enough, he did unlock it. Pugin said that the code is Pugin's father's birthday. I am on episode 2 and already I feel like Sirius is talking bullshit about being from another world. Not sure how he knows all the information. That part I am skeptical of. Then Pugin feels uncomfortable because Sirius is expressing feelings towards him, but it is not meant for him but someone else. Then Sirius made an excuse of all his actions are forced of habit. Then Sirius got a call and Sirius told this person that he's not coming and he hung up. Pugin then calculated that the person Sirius was talking to was Wim, but Sirius got sad because Pugin only noticed Wim by that time and he never noticed him. So Pugin sees this and started calling Sirius' name cutely. Because Sirius doesn't want Pugin to see him blushing, he changed the subject and told Pugin that he has to take out his stitches today. But he doesn't want to go to the hospital, and Pugin had to force him to go. When at the hospital, the nurse scolded Pugin, saying that as a friend, Pugin should have brought Sirius back to the hospital because they were so worried they couldn't find him, and told Pugin to not let this happen again. Sirius, I don't believe your story, but I believe you do care for Pugin. Pugin says that he's starting to worry for Sirius and he really cares for his safety, and Sirius must promise to take care of himself to go to the hospital for a checkup. Then Sirius dropped Pugin off at his door and shocked Pugin by saying that he lives in the same building but underneath Pugin's floor. See, stalker vibes. Boy made sure that he was very near to poor Pugin. He used this story on Pugin because he knows Pugin believes in superstitious things. Even though this guy is handsome as hell, you one handsome stalker. Pugin is letting Sirius crawl into his life by using the damn story and it's working. It was raining and Pugin is trying to get his clothes before they all get soaked, but Sirius insists he does. Dude, the clothes didn't even got wet, but it literally is raining, pouring. How the hell the clothes didn't get? You know what? Moving on. Okay, say he's from this other world that he claims he is. Why is he so fixated on getting close to this Pugin? Why not try to get back to his world, to his Pugin? Anyways, upon trying to dry Sirius' hair, Pugin hurts the area that Sirius got injured and tries to help by going to where he urged to see the injury. But as you can see the position, any higher his foot goes to the you know where, things will start to rise. After changing his clothes, he sees Sirius preparing a paper cup with a string and says that he wants to reenact how he met his Pugin. Turns out the other person on the other end of that cup was Pugin. And it turns out it seems that Pugin remembers that moment. Pugin introduced himself and everything, but Sirius on the other end told Pugin that if he wants the other cup, he'll have to come down for it in the class. Then Pugin stopped Sirius and said that he doesn't remember that part of the story. Pugin is still trying to find ways to believe Sirius. So Sirius started really answering some questions from Pugin. Pugin asked about a lot of things about himself and Sirius is answering it, down to the point of knowing what underwear and the color of the underwear that Pugin is wearing. Because of how Sirius pointed on all these things, even a mole on Pugin's body that Pugin doesn't even know he had. Pugin thinks that they might have had sex, but Sirius stopped Pugin's thoughts and says that they may have not done these things in this world or have a relationship in this world, but he still cares about this Pugin romantically. Then Pugin puts Sirius' hand on his head and says he can pat him anytime he wants. Sirius, though, took the initiative to kiss Pugin unexpectedly. But then, at the university, Sirius bumped into Pugin's friend, and Pugin's friend told Sirius where Pugin is. But this time, Sirius said he's not looking for Pugin, he's going to class. But before Pugin walked off, the friend told Sirius to tell Pugin the truth. So obviously he knows something, but what? Anyways, then we see Pugin literally talking to himself, and people think that he's crazy. Now, I'm not one to judge because I talk to myself too, but I do not talk to myself in public. Then the friend came to Pugin, and Pugin said that he will find a way to get Sirius back to his world. But by looking at the friend's face, obviously he knows something. Why don't you tell him? Hell, is it the same thing that I know that you know, sir? Spill! I need the tea to be hot. And Puga is still talking to himself, trying to make a plan on how he wants to get Sirius back to his world. And then, because he's talking and focusing on his plan, he doesn't even know that he's crossing the road the wrong way and accidentally got into a accident. But luckily, Sirius was there to save him. Okay, guys, that is the end of my recap of episode 2 of The Boy Next World. Stay tuned for episode 3. And as always, if you like my reviews, give them a thumbs up, subscribe, hit notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. I will see you next time.